Welcome to Toffee TV's the Everton News Daily. Neal Maupay's excellent form at Brentford could be set to earn Everton a bonus payment as part of the loan agreement between Everton and Brentford to take the striker back to Brentford for the season. Maupay's doesn't look the same player that wore the blue shirt of Everton last season, that's for sure. And even in the early part of the season, the Fulham game, day one, he looks short of confidence and everything, but he's gone off to Brentford and he's done brilliantly for them, and he's now scored 5 Premier League goals. His goal last night against the Premier League champions Manchester City was a brilliant finish, a long ball. Don't know what the City defence were doing. Ivan Toney does really well, and Maupay runs through and slots it beyond Ederson. Then got himself involved in another little spat with Kyle Walker, which Kyle Walker threatened to rip his head off. But hey-ho. Maupay has got 7 goals in all competitions for Brentford this season. I guess the other thing, any kind of money Everton can bring in is always a bonus, but this being a bonus payment is good for us because we need all the money we can get coming into our PSR. But obviously his good form increases the likelihood that Brentford are going to want to sign him on a permanent deal in the summer, and that's better again for Everton to get that cash coming back in, because he just hasn't worked at our football club. It's as simple as that. He doesn't suit the way we play, and it's probably better all round if he does move on permanently and stays at Brentford. There have been 2 fixture changes for Everton. They were announced yesterday, but after we've done the news. They are Manchester United away at Old Trafford. It remains on the 9th of March, but it will now kick off at 12:30. And the Merseyside derby has been moved to Sunday the 17th of March for a 2 o'clock kick-off. However, that particular fixture could well be changed if Liverpool progress in the FA Cup. They have Watford or Southampton at home in the 5th round, so you would expect Liverpool to get through there, which means that that's one. There's apparently only 2 midweek dates available due to their involvement in the Europa League as well. One of them is the final week of the season. I'm not sure either club would push for that. I don't think Liverpool would fancy playing a Merseyside derby at Goodison that close to the end of the season if it meant them still going for the league title. And I don't think Everton would be encouraging it if it meant we were in a position where we could be relegated. Let's just put it out there. So it may well be another date a little bit closer to that, but that possibility is there right now that the Merseyside derby could be moved to a midweek game in the final week of the season. Oh, the joys. Premier League clubs are currently attending a 2-day meeting where PSR and FFP changes will be discussed. One of the proposals is that they come in line with the European rules for FFP. Those rules state that spending can't exceed 70% of your income, i.e. your wages and everything can't exceed 70%. That has to be in by the end of the 25-26 season. It's currently in the Premier League 90%, around 90%. They want to reduce it. However, there is a proposal from the Premier League that allows clubs who are not competing in Europe that season. They're proposing those clubs can spend 85% of their budget, while the rest of them would spend 70%, the ones who are in Europe. It's allegedly to make the Premier League more competitive, bring the other teams closer to those teams who are in Europe. I understand the sentiment. I just don't think it goes far enough. I still think the others are bringing so much money, particularly the big 6, if you like, bring in so much money that spending an extra 15% isn't really going to close a gap on them. We'll have to wait and see. If that is the case, accounts would have to be submitted, as they are now anyway, by December 31st for compliance, so that there is almost real-time reporting within that season to see whether you stay in line with that. But that is one of the proposals being discussed at this 2-day meeting. And finally, Everton women will face Liverpool women at Goodison Park on Sunday, March the 24th. The kick-off is 1 p.m. The tickets are going on sale. It's £12 adults, £8 concessions, and £2 for under 18s. It'll be one of your last chances to see Everton women play at Goodison Park. They obviously only play a few games at Goodison. The opportunity to go and witness a Merseyside derby is there for all if you want it. That is Sunday the 24th of March at 1 p.m. That is it for the Everton News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. See you later.